This is Michael Popok. You're on the Legal AF YouTube channel. I'm at the intersection of law and politics, and sometimes that intersection includes life and media, and it's all come together here with the new reporting you may have heard of that I'm going to react to, which is my friend and colleague, Friedman Agnifilo, has a new client. His name is Luigi Mangione. Yes, the accused killer of the United Healthcare CEO. And a couple of things right off the bat, sort of an FAQ right off the bat. I'm glad I live in a country and a society where top-notch quality, tireless fighters like Friedman Agnifilo represent the accused. I got no other way to put that. I've done criminal work in my life as well. Not everybody's liked or enjoyed my choices, but at the end of the day, we live in an adversarial criminal justice system that requires, where we can, there to be equal balance between the prosecutor, who holds all the cards, has all the evidence, has unlimited time and money, and the defense team. And so I want to live in a society where people like Friedman Agnifilo don't say hard pass, don't say too complicated, don't say too controversial, don't say not my cup of tea. I want it to be their cup of tea, and I'm glad that Friedman Agnifilo, as a fellow New York bar member, a member of the an officer of the court, has decided to take this case. Now, this case has split America right down almost the middle about, the victim and the celebrity that seems to be developing around the shooter. That has nothing to do with why I'm sure Friedman Agnifilo took that case. KFA takes cases the way I take cases. She evaluates them based on their merits and the need to have, if she can provide it, top-notch legal service. I can't think of anybody that I would go to in America if I had a case against me for whatever potential crime being prosecuted by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. KFA is the former number 2 in that office. She served there for over 30 years. Sometimes she was the acting district attorney. She thought long and hard about running for the job herself at one point. So nobody, as somebody quipped in a recent news report, nobody knows, the judges, the jurors, the court personnel, and even the prosecutors that she'll be up against better than Friedman Agnifilo. So if you're facing down, a charge like this, like Luigi Mangione is, she is a natural. Question is, would she take a case like that? Now, I see some people kind of chit-chatting and chattering about the case and whether she should take it or shouldn't take it. Look, we live in a society where, as I said at the top of this hot take, you want the Friedman Agnifilos not to run and hide. You want them to say, I am going to take this case and I'm going to shape an appropriate result under our justice system, because I sleep better at night knowing that there is an aggressive prosecutor on one side and there is an aggressive equal measure in terms of power of a defense team on the other side. And only through that power exchange, we call it the adversarial process, in front of a judge and jury, can we be assured of justice being done. There's no other way. Now, I know, in contrast to that, we have major problems in our criminal justice system. I'm not here to deny that. I'm sure KFA wouldn't deny it either. Black and brown people are disproportionately impacted negatively in our criminal justice system. They can't afford high-powered criminal defense lawyers. They are assigned public defenders who are beleaguered and overworked and underpaid and have thousands of files. Shout out to the beleaguered public defenders. You do God's work. But for those that can afford to have private defense team to sort of try to match the prosecutors, you need people like Friedman Agnifilo to get off the sidelines and go, I'll take that case. It's not a reflection of the crime. It's not a reflection. She's not her client. There's a lawyer-client relationship, but we're not on trial. But we're there as professionals, as ethical professionals who have taken an oath almost from the time we left law school to this moment. I think Karen and I graduated law school around the same time. I know it's hard to believe. She looks like my daughter, but that is the truth. We take an oath, and those that are passionate about our profession and take it so seriously in our life, we see it as our honor-bound duty to take on unpopular cases, or even cases that are strangely popular, like this one. That's not the reason, I'm sure. I haven't spoken to her about it, but I've known her for a long, long time. That's not the reason she took the case, was to get celebrity or notoriety. Trust me. She doesn't need either of those things. She's an accomplished lawyer, writer, consultant, podcaster, mother, daughter, sister, wife. And she doesn't need, quote unquote, this case. We need her and people like KFA to take cases like this, right? And the more notorious they are, and the more terrible the facts are, and the more impact on the victims are, that's the more you need somebody like KFA to take the case. You don't want them to run away from the case. And so I was proud of KFA for taking this notorious case. We all can see the tip of the iceberg. You know, you have eyes. We all have seen the photos, the videos, the evidence that's been leaked to the press in terms of the manhunt about the 3D printed gun and the ghost gun and the bullets and what they said on the bullets and all of that. So we know the evidence that's arrayed against the person who's been accused here, Luigi Mangione. That's all the more reason why we need a KFA to come to the rescue and to try to shape an appropriate result under our criminal justice system that would crush somebody like this if it wasn't for having the pushback that comes from having a supremely talented and confident trial lawyer like Karen Friedman Agnifilo. As the papers have said, I'll say it again, I know this for a fact, there's nobody, if you got a Manhattan DA case against you, there's nobody who's more qualified and you'd rather have on your team if you can get her than KFA. Nobody knows the judges, the jurors, the courtroom staff. Nobody knows the prosecutors. Nobody knows where to go for lunch. The guy in the sandwich shop, the guy that serves coffee on the street than KFA. There's a reason she's also the legal advisor for Law and Order, the show, which is based on the Manhattan DA's office, because she lives and breathes with every fiber of her being that office, even though she's been out for 3 or 4 years. This is a perfect case for her to go against the Manhattan DA's office. And through, as I said, that pressure of the aggressiveness of the prosecutors, the aggressiveness of the defense team, and our adversarial system of justice will come through. You want to live in a society that has people like Karen that don't take a hard pass on hard cases. There's no other way for me to put it. I'm proud of her. I've told her I'm proud of her. I'm sure she's going to stay on Legal AF with us. I think she resigned from CNN. I think that was some of the reporting. Maybe I got that wrong, but I think she has. But she's going to be on Midas Touch. She's going to be on Legal AF. She's going to be on Mistrial. And where she can talk about the case, she will. It's up to her. We knew about it, when they say we laughed a little bit when they said CNN breaking news, whoever broke the news. We were like, well, we knew about it like 3 days ago, but we were respectful of Karen until she got it all buttoned up and was ready to make the announcement herself and the press broke it. Then, of course, we came right behind it with our reaction. But I'll ask her whatever I can at the midweek edition of Legal AF this Wednesday, if it's part of her plan or strategy to help her client, because the number one thing is that she has to be mindful of everything related to the client. If it's helpful to her to talk about aspects of the case, we will talk about aspects of the case. If it's helpful for her to do it somewhere else, she'll do it somewhere else. If it's helpful for her client not to talk about the case at all and just talk about everything else at the intersection of law and politics, we will do that. It's up to her. It's up to her, because she's got the attorney-client relationship. And she's honor-bound and duty-bound to do everything to protect him, right? Our ratings, our subscription base be damned, if you will. So I didn't want it to be just me in social media, like, comment, proud of you, good job, glad you did it. I wanted you to hear it directly from me on a video here, on a hot take here on Legal AF. So until my next reporting, whatever that may be, maybe with Karen Friedman Agnifilo on this case, we'll have to see. This is Michael Popok. I'm glad you're here on Legal AF. Hit that blue subscribe button. I think you already are seeing the difference between us when we talk about the law and politics and commentary and analysis and other commentators. We practice law. I still take cases. I still try cases. I still have a firm. Karen, same thing. And this kind of stuff happens at the intersection of law, politics, and media. Sometimes we report on the news and comment on it. Sometimes we are the news. Only on Legal AF and the Midas Touch Network. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.